Let's have the last method, the fourth method of finding the quadratic equations, and that is by using our quadratic formula. So this is our quadratic formula. X is equal to, that is minus b, plus and minus the b raised to the second power minus 4 times a times c divided by 2a. Now, it's better if you have plus and minus signs in your a, b, c, or usually the b or the c, to use the parentheses. Have negative, put that one in bracket, the b, and plus and minus. Here, the b is always positive here. Even if that is negative, it will become positive here. But for here, careful of the sign of A and C, especially the C. And they have 2 times A. Usually A is 1. If you have x squared and there is no number before the x squared, it is 1. It's usually 2 only. But for other problems with numerical coefficient other than 1, you need that a there. Okay, let us apply our quadratic formula here. So we have problem number 1, x squared minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, make sure that your quadratic equation is equal to 0. If the 1 is here or the minus 3x is here, place it there with the x squared. And it's better class if your x squared is positive. If this one is negative, you change all the signs. Means that we multiply by negative 1, we also multiply the other side by negative 1. But in this problem class, we don't have any problem. Now, when we look in this problem class, we have problem if we are going to apply our factoring, the factoring method. Why? Because how can we have the 3 here if this is 1? The only factor of 1 is 1 times 1. If we are going to add 1 times 1, it will not give us 2 here. 1 minus 1, 0. So, factoring cannot be applied here. When factoring cannot be applied, you cannot use factoring method. Then we resort to quadratic formula. Or if you want the long method, you can use the completing the square. So we use this one. Let us use the quadratic formula. For the quadratic formula, we need to find A, the B, and the C. Even for incomplete quadratic, if you don't have the middle term, put 0 here if you don't have the middle term. If you don't have the last term, then put 0. Don't just, if you don't have the C, then you will just leave it. No, it will be 0 if you don't have. But in this case, class, we have a complete quadratic equation. Therefore, we have the A here, we have the B, and the C. So what is A? A is the numerical coefficient of x squared, which is here, and that is 1. So we can write here that A is equal to 1. B is the numerical coefficient of x, the middle term. This is 3, but you must include the sign. So that's negative 3. So the B here is negative 3. And for the C, that is equal to positive 1. Or simply we just put 1. Don't put any more the symbol of positive, which is plus. Then we use now our quadratic formula. So we have x here, put the equals, and put this fractional bar so it will be nice to look at. And then you have minus, you see the minus here, you put the negative here, minus, put the b on the bracket because that's negative. If that is positive, you may leave the parentheses. So that is negative 3. And then bracket again. Plus and minus. Plus and minus. And then you have the square root. Here is the b. So enclose that one in bracket. B is negative 3. And then square it. Minus the 4 times what is the a? A is equal to 1. So that's 1 here. And then c. C is equal also to 1. Okay. Divided by 2 times a. I'll put the 1 there, even though that's all. You don't get that one sometimes. So we have equals here, and we have the bar here. Negative here times the negative here will give us positive. So now we can remove the parentheses and write 3 only. And then plus and minus. Then we take the square root of this. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. This is always positive. And then negative, look at the signs. If you have only one negative, then it is minus. If you have a negative here, it will become plus because they are multiplication. So 4 times 1 times 1 is 4. All over or divided by 2 here. So expand it like this. We still have the 3 here. We have plus and minus. And 9 minus 4 is square root of 5 divided by 2. Okay, now let's have this one to save space. Okay, we have 3 plus and minus. Now we take the square root of 5. Square root of 5 is 2.24. So we just said 2.24. Don't forget, you still have the 2 there. Okay, we separate them so you will not be confused. X, first one is the plus. So 3 plus 2.24. Don't forget there is a 2 here. Equals. And what's the other one? It's x is equal to 3, but this time it is minus. This plus, this is minus. 2.24 over 2. Right, you add first 3 plus 2.24 is 5.24 divided by 2. Here it is 3 minus 2.24 is 0.76 divided by 2. So our x here is equal to 2.62. And our x here is equal to 0.38. So for this equation, class, using quadratic formula, we have 2 solutions. One is 2.62 and the other one is 0.38.